try to do a reading. I probably won't pull it off well, but it doesn't make any difference. Feel sorry for you northerners having to listen to a Texas guy trying to read the... Let me see if I can get it in focus here. No, not really. Well, anyway, read a King James version of the Bible. You'll have to speak to it. I'm sure that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take you on a trip. It's going to be a long trip, and it's going to cover a great deal of time. We're going to go with Jesus Christ and the disciples. It's an amazing trip, really. We're going to climb a mountain with Jesus Christ. We're going to meet Moses and Elias. We're going to see miracles. You're going to hear the actual voice of God. You'll see Jesus cast out a demon. You'll hear Christ rebuke his disciples. You'll see a miraculous way to pay a tribute. You're going to hear prophecy, and Jesus will explain John the Baptist. It's going to be a long trip. We're going to read the whole book of Matthew 17. Normally at my church we'd stand in the honor of reading God's Word. Since we're on the internet, we're not going to do that. Plus it's a whole book. Doubt I could stand up that long, quite frankly. Bear with me. And after 6 days, Jesus taketh Peter, James, and John his brother, and bringeth them up into a high mountain apart, and was transfigured before them. And his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as light. And behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elias talking with him. And then answered Peter and said unto Jesus, Lord, it is good for us to be here. If thou wilt, let us make here 3 tabernacles, one for thee, and one for Moses, and one for Elias. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and behold, a voice out of the cloud which said, This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. And when the disciples heard it, they fell on their face, and were sore afraid. And Jesus came and touched them, and said, Arise, and be not afraid. And when they had lifted up their eyes, they saw no man, save Jesus only. And as they came down the mountain, Jesus charged them, saying, Tell the vision to no man, until the Son of God be risen again from the dead. And his disciples asked him, saying, Why then say the scribes that Elias must first come? And Jesus answered and said unto them, Elias truly shall first come, and restore all things. But I say unto you that Elias is come already, and they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them. Then the disciples understood that he spake to them of John the Baptist. And when they had come to the multitude, they came to him a certain man, kneeling down to him and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic and sore vexed. For oft times he falleth into the fire, and oft into the water. And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. And Jesus answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. And Jesus rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him. And the child was cured from that very hour. And then the disciples to Jesus apart, and said, Why could not we cast him out? And Jesus said unto them, Because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible to you. Howbeit this kind goeth not out of by prayer and fasting. And while they abode in Galilee, Jesus said unto them, The Son of Man shall be betrayed into the hands of man, and they shall kill him, and the third day he shall be raised again. And they were exceedingly sorry. And when they had come to Capernaum, they that had received tribute money came to Peter and said, Doth not your master pay tribute? He saith, Yes. And when he was come into the house, Jesus prevented him, saying, What thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Of their own children, or of strangers? Peter saith unto him, Of strangers. Jesus saith unto him, Then are the children free? Notwithstanding, lest we should offend them, go to the sea, and cast a hook, and take up the fish that first cometh up. And when thou hast opened his mouth, thou shalt find a piece of money. That take, and give unto them for me and thee. And that's book 17 of Matthew. I really hope that y'all go back and read that book. You might think I'm going to interpret it or attempt to explain it, but frankly I'm not. I want you to find out what it means to you. Man, we've got to keep pushing on. There's no choice for us. We've started the journey. We're well into it. We've got to keep moving. We always have to keep moving. You know, Jesus Christ only preached about 3 years of his life. Only 3 years. And he left the indelible legacy that he's left us. How did he accomplish that in 3 years? What have you accomplished in your lifetime? I've accomplished very little myself. We have to keep pushing forward. I always liked this song. It's a simple old song, but it's kind of my theme song. It cuts out a lot of the worry and the doubt and the misgivings you might have, because we're all the same, and this song encompasses all. It has 5 stanzas. I'm going to sing a couple of them. Normally, the only time I ever sing is at church and happy birthday. That's it. But I'll do anything. I'll do anything if it'll promote Jesus Christ. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back, no turning back. That's the first stanza, and that's really all you need. The other 4 are good, but that's the key. No turning back,